They say the West is a land of second chances, but no one tells you what it costs to take one. I came to America with hope in my chest and calluses on my hands. After 7 years of blood, sweat, and loneliness, I was finally going to see my wife and son again. On our ride back, 2 strangers joined our stagecoach. Rough, quiet, dangerous. That ride turned into hell on wheels. 1 insult, 1 drink too many, 1 wrong look at my wife.
That's what you got. Don't do that.
Then came the guns, the threats.
What are you gonna do about it? Come here! Can't do a goddamn thing.
Creston, get the gun, stay down. But in that tense second, everything fell apart. One of them lunged, grabbed my son, pressed a blade to his throat, used him like a shield. The other shoved me so hard the door slammed open, and I was thrown into the dirt. There was no slow motion, no way out, and they rode off with my family. And just like that, the dream I worked for, the life I built, it all turned to ash. They took everything, but I wasn't going to let that be the end. I hunted them down with soldiers' hands and a broken father's heart. I ended one of them before the moon even rose. I thought it would bring peace, but all it brought was his brother, Henry Delarue, former colonel, now a butcher with a badge and an army of hired guns. He ran the town like it was his own kingdom. The next day, he gathered everyone in the town square. He gave the mayor a choice. Pick 2 men to die, or I'll pick 4. Then, when a boy ran crying to one of the bodies, Delarue shot the boy's grandmother, without hesitation, silent. The town was frozen. So Delarue chose himself. The first was an elderly gunsmith, too old to run. The second, a man with a twisted foot who couldn't even stand. He made an example of them. Killed them in front of everyone. This wasn't justice. It was reign by fear. I was dragged through the town like a thief, bound and gagged, while they spit and cursed. I could hear the townsfolk begging for mercy, not for me, but for themselves. Because they knew Delarue wasn't just punishing us. He was reminding them who owned Black Creek. They tied me up out in the open, beneath the scorching sun. Days passed, no shade. Madeline, they called her, the mute woman. The one whose voice had been ripped from her by her husband, another of Delarue's monsters. She watched as my brother rescued me out. We ran into 2 of his men during the escape. Peter dropped them like targets on a range. I wasn't supposed to make it this far, but even a man with nothing left can still fight. I wasn't dead yet. The town turned their eyes, too scared to speak, too used to silence. But the fire was already lit, in me, in her, in the ashes of everything they'd tried to erase. And if Delarue wanted to play God, I'd show him what happens when a god bleeds.